In Nigeria, about 500,000 units of blood are collected yearly out of the 1.5 million units. No doubt, the demand outweighs the supply. Today on Sound Health, our focus is on achieving voluntary blood donation in the society. I'm Olasumbo Modupe. Welcome to the show. Unfortunately, the demand for blood outweighs the supply. How do you encourage the culture of voluntary blood donation?
Well, government has been doing a lot concerning people adopting the culture of donating voluntarily. One of those things we do is we place radio jingles occasionally. Anytime we go out, we write letters to corporate organizations as well, telling them about voluntary donation, why we need blood, who are the people that use the blood. And quite a number of them do respond. For instance, Rotary Club of Nigeria, they have signature projects that they will donate at least 1,000 units of blood in a year. And they started that in 2016, and they've been measuring up to their pledge. Also, there are other, even government organizations like WAPA, Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. Yes, in all their skill acquisition centers, the students have been donating blood. So we create awareness by writing letters and following it up. And then we go there, we do sensitization. And sometimes we do radio jingles, to create awareness. And sometimes when we have programs, we place it in the news. We invite journalists, so that they can publish it for us. Then we also have flyers that we give to people. Also, the donor centers, we try to make it conducive so that when people come once, they want to come again. And then we also encourage the voluntary donors by ensuring that we do their blood group free for them, the genotype free for them, and then some souvenirs to remind them that they have done this, sometimes or frequently. And then we also, if a voluntary donor needs blood, we will not collect money for the processes. It will be free for that person. But if it is the family, what we will do is that we will not ask them to replace the blood that has been used, but they will pay, you know, for the processing. And those are the benefits, you know. We give them cards that contains that genotype and blood group. You know, those are information that do not change, so they can keep it for life.
How often do I need to donate blood? Is it monthly, quarterly, once a year, twice?
You can donate blood every 3 months. In fact, people who are actually healthy, they can donate every 56 days, which is like 2 months. Every 2 months, as long as you are healthy. And of course, because we always check whoever is coming to donate. Check the blood pressure, check all the criteria that I mentioned, the weight, the blood pressure, the hemoglobin level, the lifestyle, that nothing has changed. Understand? So, you know, you can donate as frequently as 4 times in a year.
Could the low statistics be attributed to myths and misconceptions held by members of the society?
Yes, there are some people that believe that you know, they will lose weight if they continue to donate blood voluntarily. Some people believe, you know, those myths are like, what are they going to do with that blood? You know, is it some people believe they could do some rituals with it. Some people believe that it will lower their libido, because that is the lie that some of these commercial donors tell them to dissuade people from coming to donate. They will tell them that they will be harmed, they could fall and die, that kind of thing, you know. But with our sensitization and all that we try to do, we have kind of improved the knowledge of people by that sensitization. And then we also, in order to retain our donors, we send thank you to them through the bulk SMS. We greet them during festive seasons, and then we remind them when they are due for donation again. And we do all of those just to make sure that we create awareness. And there are some people that they use voluntary blood donation to celebrate their birthdays. They will just bring their friends on days like that, and then they will make them to donate. And also churches, mosques, all of these people have been, you know, helping in mobilizing their members to be donors.
How true is the fact that beneficiaries experience adverse reaction after being transfused?
If blood is not properly processed, it can cause reaction. Number one, I talked about blood group. If you don't do the processing very well, and then you give a wrong blood group to a patient, like if a patient is blood group A, and then you go and give blood group B, there will be a reaction. In fact, a fatal reaction. Also, a patient that has been receiving a lot of blood, they could develop some, you know, antibodies that could cause reaction when, you know, antigen is brought into them. There could be a reaction as a result of multiply transfused blood. So that is why you try to look for specific antigen against a specific antibody. Also, a patient can develop, if the blood is contaminated, the patient can have fever and start running temperature apart from what is responsible for the illness. So such reaction can also occur. There are many other reactions that occur, but once it happens, the first step is to stop the blood and look into what will have been responsible for that reaction, rather than you keep on transfusing. In some people also, it may just be that there is a particular antibody that you just need to give an antihistamine that will make the whole thing to subside. So when there's a reaction, there must be some investigation so that it doesn't recur in that patient.
Okay, are there benefits? What are the medical benefits for volunteers?
The medical benefits, number one, the fact that you are donating regularly, you are making your bone marrow to be active, so that when you yourself as a donor, when you are short of blood, your blood marrow will quickly respond, as opposed to somebody who has not been donating blood before. So the benefit of it is that your bone marrow is active and ready to respond when you yourself need blood. And people have been, researches are still going on about whether it promotes longevity, you know, but those are researches that are not really conclusive.
Okay.
And that is why we don't want to make that what people will hold on to. But those things are there. The fact that each unit of blood, when it is taken, it reduces the level of iron. You know, iron should not be too much in the body. So it helps in lowering the level of iron that's in the body. Because when people have excess blood, what they advise them to do is to go and donate blood. So the level of iron, which could damage liver, the kidney, the heart, is also reduced. And there's been also, some researches have also been done to say that they have a reduced rate of developing heart attack when you are a regular blood donor. And you know, a voluntary blood donor, as long as the person is healthy, should come regularly. We're not talking of voluntary donors that will just come once in a while. It's not supposed to be a one-off thing. It's supposed to be something that is done regularly. You know, even abroad, when people pass the age, they go for medical tests to be cleared by doctors that they can still continue. And so you see those of them who have been voluntary blood donors from young age, even after 70, they are still donating, because they go every year to clear themselves by the doctor. That is how far people have gone. But for somebody who is just coming for the first time at age 65 years, we don't even advise that. You must have been a voluntary donor right from the beginning, your youthful age. Then when you get to that age, you are accustomed to donating blood voluntarily, and then your body keeps on adjusting, and then you can keep on even beyond that 65 years.
Okay, doctor, as we wrap up this segment, what advice do you have for viewers at home regarding voluntary blood donation?
My final word is that people should not wait until there is disaster before they decide to donate blood voluntarily. Is a way of serving the community. It's a way of paying back to the community. And the issue of blood is something that nobody can predict that I will never need it. Those who are on the road who have road traffic accident, they didn't plan it. They just found themselves in the hospital. The collapsed building, nobody planned it. It happened. So we should look at it as something that we are doing for our own future in case it happens. We should make it a habit. If you are healthy and you have enough blood, I think it is good to do that to help humanity. Every human being who is healthy and is qualified to donate can donate at least 4 times in a year. And by being regular and like 4 times in a year, that is when you can have adequate supply of safe blood. WHO has qualified voluntary donors as the foundation of safe blood. When you're talking of blood transfusion, you must talk about safety. It's not just something that you can just transfuse anyhow. So it must be safe. And voluntary donors are the best. They're the ones recommended, and they should be the one coming up. Once they come on board, the hospital will phase out those coercive blood donation, where you make people to go and donate because they have used the blood in the hospital. So that is my advice for the public. Let us, especially the youths, they can do a lot. And as they come, we will also educate them more on what it entails to be a voluntary donor. For instance, we also have Club 25. They are youths between the ages of 18 and 25 years. They are people that have pledged to donate blood 25 times before they are 25 years old. Wow. So regularly they meet and they encourage themselves. And I think of their meetings, they make sure they donate blood. And that is how they have been helping the community. I think it is a good thing to do, to be a voluntary.
Thank you so much, Dr. Modupe, for giving insights on how to achieve a vibrant blood bank in the country.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, I have been talking to Dr. Iyola, consultant hematologist and executive secretary, Lagos State Blood Transfusion Services, on how to encourage the culture of voluntary blood donation in the country. Sound health continues with trending and home essentials. Please stay with us. The program continues in a moment. Unfortunately, the demand for blood in the society outweighs the supply. You can contribute positively. Give the gift of life by voluntarily donating blood today. That ends Sound Health this week. For comments and inquiries, please log on to our website or follow us on social media at LCV Social, #Sound Health. A sound health is a sound mind. Make healthy living your choice.